what I found at school today.
What is it?
I have no idea.
That's a tampon. Girls shove it up their buttholes to stop babies from coming out. An 8th grader told me that.
I'm having a party tomorrow. You in? Yeah. Can Thor and Lucas come? They're so random. Oh. They're my best friends. We do everything together. There's gonna be girls at the party. You know what that means?
Drama.
No. Kissing.
You do not want to go to Soren's party not knowing how to kiss.
We could spy on my neighbor. She's a total nymph.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the LuckyDog podcast. This is your host, Elias. This podcast is sponsored by EliasRoushMedia.com. Today we are discussing Good Boys, directed by Gene Stupinski and written by Lee Eisenberg and Gene Stupinski. Mm-hmm. They are best well known for being writers on The Office and the new Office series coming up. And also they have written, Gene has written Good Boys and Conatori. I'm not really sure what that is. Looks like some adaptations of books to television. Bad Teacher. And he was also responsible for some episodes of The Office and the movie Year One. He's also a producer on Smilf, which I've actually heard pretty good things of.
What's the smell?
Smilf is I think an Amazon Prime series featuring one of the actresses from Mr. Robot. Sorry, it's a Showtime series. We've got Kelly here today.
Woohoo!
It's been a while since you've been on the cast.
It's been a long time.
What you been up to recently?
Not a whole lot. Children, school, or not school, not yet. Getting into school and working.
Working hard?
Yeah.
That's good. That's
Working
good.
overtime.
We've been hesitant to have you on the cast because you haven't quite had time to finish much television, movies, or media.
To fully finish something.
Right, you've been kind of half-assing it recently, right?
Yeah.
It's okay. It's the summertime snooze fest, so I've still been covering it for us, so it's all good.
Yeah, you're on top of things.
I try to. It's not easy. So, what were you looking forward to of the Good Boys movie? When all of the advertising that I had seen made it look like it was going to be, they had Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, basically the two guys that work together on all of their own projects. Jonah Hill is a producer. Yeah, Seth Rogen.
But didn't it turn out that they didn't have a lot to do with it?
Honestly, being a producer on a movie like that means you just coordinating phone calls and making sure they have the right funding. Mm-hmm. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're there on the set every day.
Yeah.
So this movie was really being advertised as a kind of like a young Superbad. All of the advertisements kept saying, from the guys who brought you Superbad, Neighbors, and Sausage Party. I've seen all of those, and I wouldn't compare any one of those to this at all.
I mean, the only thing that made this like those movies is the cussing.
It's the vulgarity, the cussing, the crude sexual humor.
Yeah.
But overall, I didn't think that those were anything alike like this.
I didn't either.
Let me do the quick synopsis real quick, and we'll let you take it over from here. Good Boys. 3 6th grade boys ditch school and embark on an epic journey while carrying accidentally stolen drugs, being hunted by teenage girls, and trying to make their way home in time for a long-awaited party. So, the overall narrative structure is that one long night, kind of like the Superbad formula is.
Yeah.
It is this coming-of-age adventure comedy. But ultimately, the entire time I was watching this, I felt like I was watching a YouTube skit.
Yeah. It kind of reminded me a little bit of, and not in a, dang it. What was the movie we watched with the guy that kept drawing the penises on stuff?
American Vandal.
It was almost like they knew when to say shit to the camera. For me, the kids.
Right. What it seemed like to me was they probably the movie's $20 million budget on in an hour and a half, and it felt like a 2 hour movie to me. It felt way too long. The editing
I didn't finish it, did I?
I mean, yeah, you didn't finish. It was the last 10 minutes you fell asleep. Well, she's so that's it. We got cut off the podcast. Everybody, just pack up, go home. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just wondering, did they make it to the party?
Sort of spoilers, I guess. Sorry
we're not
about
spoiling,
that. Well, I guess we sort of did, but
right? You did.
yeah.
I did.
No one gives a fuck about good boys.
No.
So anyway, it's this one long night trying to get to this party. You know, they run into a bunch of crazy different situations. The thing is, the writing on this feels like they just had a marker board full of just ridiculous things they wanted these boys to just blurt out randomly. So it felt like the majority of the time they're like, "What the fuck, Lucas?"
Mainly Lucas is the one that was blurting shit out.
I mean, his character made sense to do that, but the other two, Jonathan Tremblay, the main character, and then the guy that plays Thor.
It's Max, Thor, and Lucas.
Okay, so Max, Thor, and Lucas. What did you think about the chemistry between the boys? I know they're young actors, but you know.
I thought it was good. I thought it had like a good. They're all three very different, but they're all three like
the Beanbag Boys.
Yeah, the Beanbag Boys.
The Beanbag Boys.
Bean. I can't say that word. Oh, beanbag. Okay. I thought the chemistry between the three of them were really good. I can see how they're like. I think it would have been. They could have went a different way with them going through all of this shit, because one, Thor is like this little metrosexual kid who loves to sing.
They kind of follow through with that at the
and
end.
And then Lucas is like this hypersensitive, caring, gentle giant.
In that they follow through with that at the
end.
Then
what's Max?
Max he's coming of age and he wants to have a girlfriend. So at the very end, what you missed, I kind of want to get into spoilers now because I want to show you what happens.
Yeah.
So the entire movie, it's about the Beanbag Boys going through this one long night. You know, they're the nerdy guys trying to get into the cool party, and they're in the 6th grade. So the cool party in the 6th grade is like a little kissing party or something at someone's house.
Kissing party.
Yeah. So I never went to anything like that.
I didn't either. It's so weird.
It's weird.
We weren't strategizing parties. We weren't like if I had a party and it was for my birthday, it was like we're going to the skating rink, guys.
It's a birthday.
For my birthday. Yeah. Not like, hey, throwing a party.
Hey, throwing a party and y'all better be cool.
That didn't happen until like
11th. I would have said 8th and 9th.
Not
and
for me.
I was not invited though.
No, my getting invited to party stage wasn't until like 11th grade.
Really?
Yeah.
Late party goer. Maybe we were just making our own parties, and I thought.
I was already like partying and drinking at my house with my brother.
Yeah.
Because my brother was having parties.
If you have an older sibling, that's what always would have done it. I think actually one of those girls were the siblings of. One of them?
Mm-mm.
Were they not?
No.
Oh, okay.
The 2 teenage girls?
I guess not.
The teenage girls, they seemed
bizarre.
Yeah.
And I couldn't really tell how old they were. They were like at least 16, messing with 6th graders. So, anyways.
God, I hope they weren't 16 doing fucking Molly.
They were driving at least.
Yeah, so I would hope that they were at least like. I thought that they were supposed to be like college girls.
Why would college girls even be messing with these boys? I don't know.
They're only messing with them primarily just to get their fucking Molly back.
And the synopsis is teenage girls.
Oh, okay. So they're like high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, okay, so...
I'd say that they're at least seniors in high school.
I didn't realize it, but the guy that plays Thor, Bradley Noon, it was in Boardwalk Empire. I think he was one of the sons of the gangsters.
Cool.
He actually looks like one of the sons of the gangsters now that I think about it. Jonathan Tremblay, we've seen him probably in the most pieces of media. He's been in several movies. He's been in the movie Room, played Jack with Brie Larson. He was in the movie Wonder. That was about the kid with a disfigured face based on a true story. Before I Wake, he was also in the Predator last year movie. And he's in tons of stuff.
I've not ever seen him in anything.
Yeah, I think we're going to continue to see him in more things.
Yeah.
The Twilight Zone. He's done some voice work, and
He's a funny kid. Go ahead.
I was gonna say he's got some screen presence.
Yeah.
I mean, like when he's in front of the screen, it doesn't feel like he's like, he's like enunciating the words. He has very lively eyes and features and a big mouth to talk with. I mean, he's going to be an interesting guy to watch growing up. Depending on how long I podcast, it's going to be a weird podcast. He's probably one of the youngest actors I've really podcasted
You'll still
about.
be podcasting about later on
when I'm like 20. He's going to be. When he's my age, I wonder if I'm still going to be doing the podcast. I'm going to be like, well, I've seen him grow up. Yeah. It's weird. 2006. He was born 2006. So. Yeah, he's like 12, 13.
He's 13.
In this. That would make sense for about the age that they're playing.
Yeah.
Okay, so anything else? Molly Gordon, that was one of the teenagers.
I have so many questions.
Okay, so one of them is in that other movie, Booksmart. That was a great movie. I think I made you watch that too.
Yes.
I thought Isaac Wong, that young man that was hosting the party, I liked him.
Yeah.
He was a little badass for being like 10 years old. He's like, all right, you bitches. Yeah. Get out. It's just like ridiculous. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything before the spoiler break. So let's hop into the spoiler section.
Where the fuck was Max's mom? Where was any of these children's parents?
I thought that was addressed. Oh, okay, so
I'm assuming it's supposed to be that they're just all at work.
Well, it's the majority of the movie's all in one afternoon.
Mm-hmm. So adults are at work. Kids are supposed to be at school.
Max's father's coming back from vacation. That's why they need to get the drone back in position.
I knew, I remember that part. I remember his dad coming in and talking to him about, you're sexually masturbating yourself. Who says that to a child?
A lot of the dialogue in this did not feel like it was natural.
Yeah. And
it would just be like funny scenarios.
Yeah, it's like this has to be said in a movie because it wouldn't be said by parents in real life.
Like, okay, so the difference in Superbad and this in comparison, I'm not going to do any spoilers on Superbad, but they're 16. It's believable that they would be trying to drink. It's believable that they would be trying to get into these parties.
They're 13.
No, I'm talking about in Superbad.
Oh, sorry, shit. Superbad.
In Good Boys, they don't. It feels like they're just throwing them in these scenarios, these sexual, crude, adult situations where I don't know any kids that were trying to drink beer at that young, at that age. I know maybe one person trying to smoke a little bit, a cigarette or something like that.
I mean,
but the people that were like drinking and stuff and
I would say I was 14. My brother was 18 throwing parties at the house. And so, yeah, at 13, 14, I was like drinking liquor.
In 8th grade?
Yeah. But it was with my brother. It wasn't because I was out looking for it. It was all at my house because of my brother.
That's what I'm saying is like there's certain scenarios and stuff that would happen,
Yeah.
Well,
they have siblings?
They are not, and they're putting themselves in the situation as opposed to the situation coming up on them. Does that make sense? They're like, we got to go to the mall to go, so that means we have to walk over the highway, as opposed to, I don't know, Amazon shipping a drone to your house or something like that, 2-hour delivery and something like that, Yeah. I don't know where these guys, I don't remember where it said it lived, but a lot of places have that now. They did try to subvert the trope of them hopping in the back of a car of some random stranger and them having some weird interaction. But instead of that, they had the weird stalker guy come to the house. And that was kind of the replacement for that.
I thought it was funny when they set up the sex doll.
Yeah.
And he kept calling it my dad's CPR doll. It's not a CPR doll.
I'm going to say straight off the top, it's not a great movie. In my opinion, it's a 6 out of 10 just because the plot line. It feels like a television studio plot line, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
But the thing is, I did laugh.
Yeah,
I'd be lying if I didn't
I'd
laugh.
have to give it like a 7 out of 10 just because of how much I did laugh.
Right. Okay.
I hate that I fell asleep, but
You really didn't miss too much.
So did anyone make it to the party? Anybody?
So, wait, what part? Oh, at the very end?
Yeah.
So they did go to that, sorry, they did go to the kissing party.
Did he kiss Brixley?
He did. They were playing Spin the Bottle. Okay, so, sorry, I'm kind of rewinding now. I was a little, I was exhausted when I was finishing it. So, yes, they went to the party. Max ends up getting in tons of trouble. I don't remember if it was before or after. I guess it's after.
Max got in trouble because the drone tore up his house.
Yeah, I remember that, but somehow he still got to go to the party.
Did he sneak?
No. I don't know. His dad still let him go to the party, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, all 3 of them go to the party. They kind of all find their own separate way. It's the coming-of-age story. It's Jonathan wants to stay down there and, talk to girls and try to kiss Brixley. Max does. Lucas wants to go upstairs and play video games in VR. Yeah. Thor wants to go off and sing or something like that. So at that party they start to divert, and then after that,
kind of like how those girls told him that they would.
Oh, it's absolutely how they would.
Yeah.
And what's it called? A month passes by, and it's the month that I think they say it's a month passes by, and he dates Brixley for like 2 weeks, and then he dates that other blonde chick that was talking to him for like 2 weeks. And then it's like a montage of everything going on, and Lucas turns into one of those bullies with the bully helpers, with the whistles.
Scab?
Scab. Is that a real thing?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, I've never seen that in my life. That was a little ridiculous. But he turns into a Scab Patrol guy, and then and all while this is happening, Thor is practicing I want to know what love is in a full-on 80s get-up on, like, stage. It's like a straight-up, like, talent show at the end. And he's got, like, the full-on 80s wig. And he's doing all these doing drug scenes as a kid. But he's, like, dressed up as a rock star. He's like, I want to know what love is.
He's like,
it's like,
that is hilarious.
And it's going through like the montage of all of them growing up over the course of like 1 month.
Yeah.
And Jonathan Tremblay, the funny thing was Jonathan dates Brixley for like 2 weeks, and then it shows him crying, and then it shows him dating, walking down the hall, holding hands. It's with Brixley at first, and then the next time it's with the blonde chick.
Yeah.
And then you see him, once you see Thor and Lucas do their thing, it shows Jonathan again. He's like crying at the skate park in the background. It's Brixley and the other girl are dating.
They're dating?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He's like crying. It's hilarious. That was the best.
Oh, bless
that
him. That's
was
pitiful.
so funny.
That is funny. Damn it.
What are some of the best jokes in this movie? I thought I didn't think the anal beads were gonna be as funny as they were, but that shit was so funny. They smell like shit.
Beads smell like shit. Them opening excuse me. Oh my god. Dang it. Them opening the door, holding all of those sex toys fucking got me. That was hilarious.
There's a tons of sight gags with the sex toys.
My thing is like, he was like, I found all these weapons in the back of my dad's closet. But then they know what beer is. They know what, they know that they really, really want to go to a kissing party.
It is kind
of. But
of.
they haven't figured out what the fuck all this other shit is.
I wouldn't have known what that is at that age.
Yeah.
Anything else?
The girls. You talk about the teenage girls and that boy. Him getting them the Molly.
Which one? Oh,
She's like like what was the whole point? Like what was the whole? Why were they getting Molly and skipping school and going to see Kendrick Lamar?
yeah, that was stupid. First of all,
She's sitting at the pool sad.
yeah, let's go down their timeline real quick. So her and her girlfriend get drugs from this fraternity guy, fraternity douche. They get the Molly.
Oh, I should have remembered they were in high school because now I remember his line. His first line was, "So are all your friends jealous that you're dating a college guy?"
Oh, is that the first line?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
the first thing we hear him say.
he is a cocksucker.
Oh, he's a little fucking cocksucker. Little bitch.
Yeah, so let me see. Yeah, so their whole storyline doesn't make any sense. So their storyline gets intertwined with the main characters because they want to know how to kiss. So the best way they can learn how to go kiss is with their father's $700 drone.
That he told him not to play with.
And it's loud as fuck. Like, drones are not quiet.
No.
You can't just have a drone.
So you just gonna drop it in over these. He's like, where'd the guy go? We don't know. Who cares? They just hug. They're gonna kiss.
Yeah, his door's like, they're gonna kiss. That's what leads to it.
Being two girls at a pool hugging. I mean, I can see where some people think that leads to a sex scene.
Yeah, I mean, that's how the majority of sex scenes starts on porn, right?
Yeah.
Beside a pool.
Can you wrap this oil on my back? Yeah.
Do that too well. So yeah, let me see anything else that we need to.
That's my side job.
Oh Lord, oil up, lube up. Let me see what else I was. See. Yeah, so I thought the whole drone subplot was just so stupid.
Because the girls immediately were like, "Why don't you just look it up online?" Why didn't they? They were already looking at porn.
Yeah, they were already looking at porn.
They were already looking at porn.
Because they said we need to see real life shit, but they still, even looking through a drone, you're still looking at it on a video.
Yeah.
I don't know. Didn't make any fucking sense. The kids are stupid. I did think that the reactions to the majority of stuff was just hilarious.
I feel like shit was just bouncing around.
It was bouncing around.
Just kind of ping-ponging off everything.
It mostly felt like they had certain plot points they wanted to hit to. Like they were like, okay, so we need to get them to the girls with the pool. We need to have them with the drone. We need to get them crossing the street. And then we need to get them at the party at the end. It just felt like they had designated spots and they were just writing stupid, dialogue till it got there.
Yeah. So, like, another thing that confuses me now that I think about it, the kids didn't know to Google, like, how to kiss a girl, how to French kiss, blah, blah, blah. They didn't know what sex toys were. But when they saw the dummy fly out of the car, they didn't leave the scene because they thought, fuck, we killed someone. How come certain things don't click in the mind, but some do? Like, whenever they noticed it was the dummy, they were like, oh, we're good, we didn't kill anybody. How are y'all smart enough to even think that through and not just run away?
Yeah, Lucas, is going to tell on everybody and himself if he has a chance to.
Yeah, no, he did.
And he did. He's told his folks the entire movie.
His dad, that was funny. His dad being like, look, I don't want you to lie to me. I can tell you're fibbing.
Yeah.
Whatever he said.
It's like, Dad! Like,
yeah.
his voice got so high.
I'm not lying. He does have a high voice. Is that like... Are they doing that for him, or do you think he really is high pitched like that?
He might have that Chris Tucker voice that's like, "Hey man, what you gonna know, man?" But
that's funny. It's funny because he is a bigger kid.
He's easily 6 inches taller than the shortest guy, the shortest beanbag boy. But yeah, Lucas was one of my favorite. I think Thor. He had some funny lines, but he wasn't,
Your favorite?
My favorite. He would hit a what the fuck really hard, but a lot of times it just felt like they were just being vulgar for no reason.
And Max reminded me of the guys from Superbad. But Thor not as funny as... What's his name?
Jonah Hill or Michael Cera. The thing was...
Jonah Hill.
I almost wished we would have had one of those bully guys with us. With the good boys.
Mm. Yeah.
because those guys were they were asshole bullies,
Yeah.
and they were enough that I wanted to kind of see more of them, just kind of interact, I guess, a little bit more with them. But overall, it was a solid movie. It wasn't, the best. It wasn't the worst. It provided some laughs. It would be pretty good with a drink in the hand, I would say.
Yeah, if you're high.
Oh, Jesus. I was just going to say.
If you could be really high during that, it's hilarious.
I was just going to say, if you're on something that you like to do.
Like drinking?
Yeah, I don't want to say, if you like doing drugs, then,
No, I'm saying, like,
if choose your vice of choice, because people like doing whatever. So.
No, I can't stay awake long enough to watch anything, so if I was drinking, I'd be asleep 5 minutes in.
That's probably the way to do it.
No.
Well, all right, y'all. Thank you for listening. LuckyDog Podcast. Check out the comments, questions, links below. LuckyDogPodcast@gmail.com. Donation is available. Keep the lights on at paypal.me/TheLuckyDogPodcast. Tons of TV, movies, reviews coming down the tube. Thank you for listening. And take it easy.
I'm fine.
Oh, hell no.
If we don't get to that party, I'll die.
Party?
You guys are like 7.
Stop treating us like kids. We're tweens.
Ooh, gummy vitamins.
We know how things work. What the is?
Nobody speak. Nobody get choked.
I found this in the back of my parents' closet.
An indoor swing?
What are you doing? That swing is for sexing. People do sex on it.